Hi again. Um, in this tutorial, we're gonna be learning how to install Unreal Engine and how to get our tools set up so we can just go straight into like programming, gaming, and doing all the fun stuff after. All right. So this is gonna be really fast and simple. I'll try to make it short. Um, since probably everyone here knows already how to use computers. So Epic Games are the people who made Unreal Engine, so you need to have Epic Games Launcher installed. If you don't, if you're a gamer, you know what it is. But if you're not, just go to Epic Games website and just download it and just make a new account there. And once it's done, you're just fully good to go. And once you launch Epic Games, in this case, I'm gonna launch Epic Games. Um, there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. Excuse me. Um, it's a marketplace, right? And also we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff about like marketplace and other stuff in it as well for Unreal Engine. So you're most likely gonna be facing this screen after you log in. So you just need to click Unreal Engine and just go to the library. All right. So this is where the fun thing starts. All right. So you need to make sure you are if there's a option here to just click the plus button, or if it is, just do that. If it's not, just press the new plus button, and once you're selecting the engine version, do not use the preview version. That's like the beta version. You don't want to lose. You just don't want to use that one. It's like a it's like a game when it's in like a alpha or beta phase. You don't want to be playing, or you don't want to be like um playing around with that, because there's a lot of features where they're not final yet. So you can just choose the latest version, or in my case, I would recommend using 5.3 or Unreal Engine 5 at least, because Unreal Engine 4 has a lot of features that we're not. You can follow up with the videos. Like a lot of the concepts are the same things, but like there's some minor stuff that's different. So like just try to keep that in mind. But just Unreal Engine 5, any of them works. In my case, 5.3. Once you install that, do not launch it. Okay, don't launch it. Right, we still have things to do. So after you have that installed and everything's set up, install. You can see if it launches by itself. It's okay. Don't panic if it does though. Just install .NET 6. This is important. Just go to this website and choose the platform that you're in. In most people's cases, it's going to be Windows x64, 64-bit systems. And yeah, after you have that installed, make sure you have this installed. This is really important. After this, we're gonna download a code editor for later on. We're gonna be later, like just coding our stuff in it. So we're gonna be downloading Visual Studio. Um, we can also use Visual Studio Code. You can follow up with that as well. But I would advise you strongly to use Visual Studio, like the normal version, not the Visual Studio Code, because VS Code, it's more like a text editor that has abilities to like read code. You can compile things in it as well, but there's a lot of other setups you can do. Visual Studio has everything set up for you. So just go to Visual Studio and download the just go to downloads and download the community version. And once you have that downloaded, you just launch it. Sorry for that. Um, After you launch it, it's gonna take a little bit of time to download things, download the installer. Don't worry about it. Meanwhile, I'm gonna have a cup of tea. I recently switched from coffee to tea, by the way. Anyways, so we have the whole thing here. So in your case, you're gonna be probably having versions available, or you're gonna straight to the installer. Please don't use the preview version again. So just use whatever version there is, and you're probably most likely, because as I say most likely and probably a lot, because it's going to be different in different systems and all that, especially if you have previously things installed in your system. Just make sure if you have VS Code like Visual Studio previously installed, just press modify just like I did, and if it's not, just you install it if you don't have it. Sorry about that. I just needed to check my phone. I'm waiting for a message. Anyways, you just go in and the things you want to have on is .NET Desktop Development. Make sure you have that on, and Game Development with C++. Make sure to have both of them on, and after you have both of them on, go to just to like a section that says Game Development with C++, and there's a section here called Unreal Engine Installer. Turn that off. Turn that off, so you'll be fine. Because why? Because we already installed Unreal Engine, this, if you hover over it, it says includes the Epic Games launcher and whatever. So you don't need to have that. Okay, so just if it's already on, just install it. It really doesn't matter. I'm just saying you don't have to have it. Up to you. In my case, I have it. It's not gonna make a difference. You can just install it. And once that's done, we have every single tool done. So we just need to now make sure everything works. Create a new Unreal Engine project. It could be anything. Just launch Unreal Engine. In my case, I have it pinned here. Just go here to Epic Games and launch it from there. You can just create a shortcut here for in your desktop that you can launch it from there. It really doesn't matter. But anyways, yeah. So you just launch the engine straight from there. And while it's loading, there's gonna be, well, you're gonna be coming across with the welcome screen and the loading screen. Yes, here we go. Well, I have projects previously, so you're probably most likely gonna be facing this screen. And well, let me just make sure these things are small. I'm just gonna make myself smaller a little bit so you can see it more. You're gonna be facing this screen, and this screen basically is the welcome screen, and you can choose. Unreal Engine is not just a game engine; it's a whole. It's a powerful engine for different things. But we're gonna be working with games in this case. So these are pre-built projects that you can just like straight dive into it, and they're previously built, and you can build on it. But in most cases, actually in all of our cases, we're going to be using our blank project, and we're going to start everything from scratch because we want to learn how mechanics work, and we can also do extra stuff on it as well. Alright, so just create a new blank project and make sure you turn that into C++. This is really important because we installed the tools for it. And it doesn't matter for the rest of the options. Just name your project whatever. I'll advise you to use a uppercase letter for your first letter, like in general. And you cannot have any spaces as you see. So I'm just going to say tutorial 1, for example. Right? And make sure you choose a location for it. I have a whole location on my hard drive that I have like my projects in called Unreal Projects. You can do that. And then, yeah, once you have that selected, C++ again. We're going to be talking about blueprints and C++ later, but don't worry about that. Just press C++, press create. I'm not going to press it now because that's a later project. So that's it. That's in the later video that we're going to be talking about it. Make sure, yeah, it's in C++. We're going to be talking about blueprints in C++ later. Don't worry. Just make sure you create your project, and if there's any pop-up screens happening, an error screen or whatever, make sure you read that and make sure like see if it's talking about either .NET or something, because usually a lot of my friends always tell me, Puya, I have this problem with like Unreal Engine where it says .NET 6 is like not installed, whatever. It's literally, yeah, you need to have .NET 6 installed. If you didn't do step 1, which is important, that's going to happen. Or if it's saying that you need to install another .NET version based on your platform and your version of the engine, because if you're using an older version, probably it's going to be asking for you to install like .NET 4 or whatever. It's going to be a pop-up screen. It's going to tell you what to install, probably in the last line, and you just search that up, .NET and just whatever 4, for example, and you just install it, just like how we did with 6. So yeah, the setup was pretty easy. I just thought I would make a video on it, and after this we're straight into our first project and getting to know the engine more. Again, thank you so much that you're here. Please share with friends that you think they'll need this tutorial series that we're gonna make. Plus, if you have any questions, anything, please let me know in the comments below, or I would be happy if you follow my Instagram or message me there as well. I would be answering both. My Instagram is this, by the way. You can just answer me whenever you want. You can come by and say hi. So yeah, the lecture is over. Thank you. خب دوستان، من یه ریکپ کلی بکنم از چیزی که گفتم. داشتیم میگفتیم که چجوری اینجین رو اینستال بکنیم. فقط تنها چیزایی که گفتم اینه که .NET 6 رو اینستال بکنیم بستگی به سیستمی که داریم، مثلا 64 بیتی معمولا. بعد از اون برین چیزا اینستال کنید. ویژوال استودیو خیلی مهمه. ویژوال استودیو رو حتما نسخه کامیونیتیش رو دانلود کنید. تو قسمت دانلودش که برید میزنه. آره، دانلودش که کردید، نصبش که کردید، بعدش هم توی اپیک گیمز هم که خود انجین رو نصب کردین همونجوری که گفتم توی ویدیو، برید پروژهتون رو ایجاد کنید و C++ رو حتما روش بزنید و اسمم بهش بدید. اسمش حرف اولش با حتما بزرگ باشه بهتره. بعدش هم خط فاصل هم که نمیتونیم داشته باشیم همونجوری که اینجا نوشته. خلاصه آره این خلاصه همه چیزایی بود که گفتم و دوست دارم اگه هر سوالی هرچی از هر اروری هرچی از بهم بگین توی کامنت ها که بتونم کمک کنم که شاید این ویدیو رو اصلاح کنم، چون تا جایی که تونستم من همه چی رو دیدم کسایی که اشکال داشتن و این تنها اشکالایی بود که میتونستم پیدا کنم. اگه هر چی دیگه بود خوشحال میشم بهم بگید و ممنون. میتونیم بریم دیگه لکچر بعدیمون دیگه میخوایم شروع کنیم همون قضیه دیگه، واقعا یه گیم ساختن و اینجور قضیه فانی که داشتیم. ممنون که دارین دنبال میکنید.